Hi, I'm Mary. Thank you very much for joining us today while we stretch and get a little stronger so that our posture is better, and we're going to work on balance also and strength training, because it's really hard to balance if you don't have strong legs and a good strong tummy and back. So before we begin this or any other exercise program, you'll want to make sure that you have water handy dandy, and you want to drink it anytime at all, especially before, during, and after our time together. Also, you'll want to have your pendant handy around your neck, so if you're feeling faint or lighthearted or anything, all you do is push the button on your pendant and you are good. We're going to be doing a little strength training today, so you're going to just scoot around the house, and I'm going to be using water bottles, so you could use water bottles, and if you have empty water bottles, if you have 2 empty water bottles the same size and you haven't done weight training before, just put a little bit of water in the big bottle, and that's where you can start. And when you do this again, you can add a little more water, and that will be more resistance for you. Or you could look in your cupboard, and if you have a little tuna fish or salmon can, that would be good. If you have something bigger, like a soup can, that would be good. But if you're saying to yourself, you know, my hand's ability to really hold on to something that big, that's kind of difficult for me, so you might have a bag of rice or uncooked popcorn, something that will be malleable, and your hands and fingers can move all around the squishy resistance training, but you want to make sure whatever you have 2 of, and they're the exact same weight. So scoot around the house and get those items, because that's what we're going to be working with today. Again, in order to have good balance, you really want to have good strong legs. And we're going to be doing some standing exercises. So you want to make sure that you have a sturdy chair without any rollers. You don't want a rocking chair. You want to be towards the front of a sturdy chair. So if you'll notice, I am towards the front of my chair. Okay? So we're at the front of our chair, and that way our bellies and our backs have to work to keep us in an upright position. Okay, so you have your items, especially that water and your pendant, and you also have a good sturdy chair. You'll also want to look around you to make sure that there's nothing in your environment that you're going to trip over. Or if we go like this with weight, you're not going to knock a lamp off, you're not going to knock a stack of books off. Also, we're going to be reaching up to work on the flexibility of the shoulders. When we reach up, you want to make sure you're not going to whack into the chandelier. When you step outside from a sitting position, you want to make sure you don't have a sleeping kitten there or a stack of books. Because we're going to be standing behind our chairs, you want to make sure there are no rugs, no little lines of electric cords. So you want to make sure your environment is really safe before we begin our time together. So I've noticed you've been doing that check, and I can see that you have your resistance training. Of course, if you don't have any cans or bags of beans or water bottles or juice bottles, that's okay, because you can do the moves without anything at all, and it will be very beneficial, not only for your body, but for your mind and your spirit. Just moving will make you so happy. Okay, so we're going to begin with sitting at the front of our chair. I'll show you from the side. You'll see I'm at the front of my chair, and there's a lot of space there. If I was sitting at the front of my chair so that my legs could move out and in freely and my back hurt, I may need to put some pillows behind my back so I could be straight, ear over shoulder, shoulder over hip. And then right in front of my hips are my knees, and right under my knees are my ankles. So we're in pretty good posture, holding our tummies in, pulling our shoulders up and back and down. Pulling the shoulders up and back and down. One more time, please. Shoulders up and back and down. We're going to be working with our shoulders, so that's why we want to give them a nice little bit of flexibility. Then our hands are down by our sides and our thumbs are forward. We roll the thumbs back and draw the backs of the hands towards the back of the chair. And golly, that feels great because our chest opens up. So let's add breathing. Exhale as your thumbs roll in. Breathe in and open up the chest. Bring all that fresh healing oxygen right into those lungs. And exhale. Breathe in one more time. And exhale, say, ah. So that's a pretty good start. Now, with our hands down by our sides, we're going to bring our thumbs up to our shoulders gently. Stretch up to the sky gently. Bring them back to the shoulders and down. So when we add weights, our muscles and bones and joints, they know exactly what they want them to do. Now, because we need a strong belly and back for good posture and balance, we're going to need to work on those. So, with our buttocks towards the front of the chair and a lot of space behind us, we'll place our hands on our thighs with the shoulders back and down and our chest lifted. We're going to lean back. As we lean back, you'll notice that our chin is parallel to the floor. The reason that is because if you held your head straight, you might hurt your neck. So the chin stays parallel to the floor as we come back and then up. So this is a nice, easy, just a beginning to welcome strengthening of the abdominals. And remember this, if you have a nice, strong stomach, you can come to my house for dinner. There. Okay, lean back a little bit. Now we're going to place our hands on our thighs and lean forward. Sitting nice and tall, we lean forward a little bit, getting a gentle stretch on the back. Nice and tall, lean forward a little bit, and nice and tall. Breathe out as you come forward, and come tall. Let's put both of those together. Let's lean back, there's our stomach, lean forward, and there's our back muscles. Our back muscles pull us up, we lean back, and then our stomach muscles pull us up. We lean forward. Our back muscles must pull us up. And let's do one more time with the stomach. Good job. You're doing great so far. And now come back to a seated position. Okay, so we work the shoulders, the arms, the belly, and the back. Now let's work the hips. So I'm going to hold on to my chair because I feel a lot more comfortable doing that. And I'm going to sit nice and tall and bring one knee up a little and then the other. So then I'm saying to myself, golly, this is pretty good. I like this one. So I'm going to start just to go a little faster, but I'm going to keep it small. Then I'm going to add my marching arms because I really like to march around. I can see you like to march around too. I notice your shoulders are back and down and your chest is high. Gee whiz, you're doing great. I'm glad you're joining me today. And now we're going to move from the hips to the knees, placing the hands on the chair to sturdy yourself. Extend one heel out and then bring it back to meet the other out and in. So we want to get those muscles and joints nice and flexible prior to doing all our strength training. You're doing really well. Let's add an arm. As we extend one leg, we extend one arm. So this time, it's same arm, same leg. That's kind of fun. There you go. Let's try two arms, only if it's comfortable for you. That's good. There you go. Very nice. Now, we're going to extend the leg, lift it up a little bit, bring it down and in. Extend the leg, heel down, squeeze these muscles, a little bit of the lower abdomen. You're holding on. Lift it up a little bit and bend the knee and bring it back. Let's do it one more time. Remember, if I ask you to do something and your body says, I am not going to do that, pay attention and have great reverence for what your body is telling you to do. Okay, that's pretty good. Now we're going to move laterally and medially, or out and in. Now I'm going to square my chair, and with our buttocks, remember, towards the front of the chair, good stability by holding onto the chair. We're going to tap out and in, and out and in. As you do this, we start small, and then the more comfortable we get, both in the joints and the muscles, we're going to step out a little more. Wow, that's great. And now, guess what? We're going to add the upper body. Whee! Our hands are right here, about shoulder height. As the leg comes out, the hand goes out also. We're doing same arm, same leg. This is a lot of fun. Aren't you having fun? I thought you were, because you know, you don't want to say you're not having fun, and I'm going to have to tell a joke, which of course you don't want. Okay, let's try single legs, double arms. Elbows are bent and under the shoulders, so we're protecting our shoulders, stepping out and in. Remember, if this gets difficult, only step out a little. You're the one that gauges how much you do, but pay attention to what your body's telling you. Last time here and last time here. Good work. Now, you're saying to yourself, well, I went out and in, but I really haven't done anything going in. So we're going to walk our feet out so that in front of our hips are our knees, and right under our knees are our ankles. I'm going to hold on to the chair again because I'm a little weenie. And as this knee rolls out, this heel is going to come up and say hello to the ankle, and down. Then this knee rolls out and this heel comes to the ankle, and down. So what I'm doing is I'm working the inner thigh just a little bit, just as we did the outer thigh when we stepped out. Now, let's add our arms. This time, we're going to cross the arm and see if we can touch the opposite knee. There you go. That's great. You're doing great. Okay. How about two more? One on this side and one on this side. Okay, I'd say that we are pretty well almost there, ready for getting up and doing some nice exercises. So, we're going to just tap the toes. Just tapping the toes. I'll show you what it looks like from the side. Your heels are down and you're just lifting the toes up. As you do this, you're going to feel a little tightness right on the outsides of the shin. Those are your anterior tibialis, just in case you wanted to know. And these are really important to prevent falling back, believe it or not. Now we're going to let our toes remain stationary and pull the heels up and tap the heels. Then you'll feel the contraction of the muscle behind the lower leg. That's your calf, or your gastrocnemius and your soleus, just in case you want some great words the next time you're at a cocktail party. And then you're going to do both toes and heels. Toes up, heels out. There you go, toes up, heels up. Now, if you want to do something a little advanced, let's walk the toes and heels out. This is one of my favorite things to do, and then you'll walk them right back in. Good job. Let's do it one more time. Out you go. There you go. And right back in. I love that one. Okay, so I would say we're pretty well worked out, except what haven't we done? Rotation. So we want to make sure that their spines are nice and flexible. This is important for balance. So we're going to bring the hands up halfway, and as you exhale, you're going to turn the whole body. One hand comes across the body to the opposite knee. The other hand holds low to the chair. You sit nice and tall as you breathe in, and as you exhale, turn and look back. And then use your eyeballs to see further. We don't want to forget our eyeballs. Slowly come back to center. Let's take that hand that was behind us, swoop it down and all the way up. Breathe in, stretch up, and as you exhale, lean over to the side. But try not to fall out of your chair. If you want more of a stretch, top elbow back, look up a bit. If you don't, that's okay. I'm just glad you're here. And slowly float down. Good work. Let's try the other side. As we breathe in, our hands come up to the sky. As we exhale, they float down. One hand comes across the body to the outside of the opposite knee. The other hand is available to hold the low portion of the back side of the chair. We breathe in and sit tall. And as we exhale, slowly we utilize the hands to rotate the body, looking behind us, breathing in, sitting tall, and then use the eyeballs to see even further behind you. Slowly we come back to center. Bring that hand swooping up, stretch up to the sky, and reach over to the side. Feel that nice stretch. The stretch goes right from the hip all the way up through the ribs. If you'd like a little more stretch, and you can do so comfortably, top elbow back and look up at the ceiling just a bit, and then slowly float down. That's great. Now, our feet are hip width apart, fingertips in, chest high. Breathe in, and as you exhale, float the upper body forward. That's great. Doesn't that feel good on your back? You better believe it. Push the hands into the thighs and come up. There you go. I'll show you from the side. Breathe in, sitting tall. Exhale, elbows come wide, flat back comes forward. You'll notice ear, shoulder, hip, a beautiful straight line. And then utilizing your hands, instead of your back muscles this time, push yourself up. Now roll the hands forward so they're holding the front of the knees. Drop the ribs, drop the chest, and look straight ahead. Lift up tall as you breathe in. Breathe out, ah. One more time, breathe in. There you go, exhale, ah. Okay, breathe in and we are ready to go. I'm ready to go, how about you? Okay, let's grab our weights. I'm going to use water bottles. So I have one water bottle here and one water bottle here. Now sometimes when we hold an item like a water bottle or a soup can, what happens is our thumb gets sore. And if that happens to you, you just bring your thumb around to the other side. So you're holding the water bottle in all of your fingers and more in the palm of your hand. So if your thumb gets sore, you can still do this, but take your thumbs from the front of the water bottle and bring them behind, holding the water bottle from the palm of your hand. I'm going to use my thumbs. So right now, I have my water bottles right by my side. My elbows are very close to my ribs. I'm leading with my thumbs. My thumbs are going to come up to the shoulder and down. I'll show you from the side. My thumbs come up to the shoulders and down. You'll notice I'm sitting nice and tall. That's because I want to impress you with my very good posture. I can see you're sitting up nice and tall too. Let's start to lean back a little bit. So now, remember, we're working our stomach to pick us up. Nice and tall. Lean back. Use that stomach to pull you up. Good work. Third time. Leaning back. That's great. Now, standing nice and tall or sitting nice and tall, we're going to bring our weights or our bottles to our shoulders, and we're going to press up slightly. Bring the weights back to the shoulders and down. We're sitting nice and tall. Bending the elbows, weights to the shoulders. Loosen the grip as you extend your arms up. Bring your bottles or weights back to the shoulders and down. This time, we're going to do our bicep curl like we did. Stretch up to the sky. When we bring the weights to the shoulders, lean back, and then sit nice and tall. So we're incorporating a little abdominal work. Yay! Bicep curl, overhead press. Weights come to the shoulders, lean back. Bicep curl, overhead press. Weights to the shoulders, lean back. That was pretty good. How are you feeling? Okay, so anyway, by doing work with the shoulders and the upper body, believe it or not, that really helps with balance. So now we're going to move on. I'm going to drop the weights right by my side, shoulders up and back and down, belly in and head high. We're going to bring the water bottles out just a little and in. Breathe in, breathe out, whoosh, and relax. So if you say to yourself, golly, my shoulders hurt when I do this, instead of going straight arm out like this, you can bend the elbow and bring the elbow out, keeping the water bottle directly in line with that shoulder. So if this bothers you or working the middle of the shoulders, then you bend your elbows and just bring your elbows out. So you decide which one's right for you. Breathe in, Breathe out. Whoosh. The weights never come higher than your shoulders. Whoosh. Right up. Good job. Remember, you can do this with bent elbows. You can drop the weights entirely. Our posture is nice and tall. You're doing great. Just one more. And down. Now, we're going to do a front raise. But before we do that, I'm assuming you have something round in your hand, like your weights or your cans or your bottles. Our hands have been wrapped around this item for quite a while. So we're going to take the item and we're going to place it in the middle of our thighs and roll it forward and back. We roll the water bottle forward towards our knee, and as we do, our wrists are what's right on top of the water bottle the closer it gets to the knee. Then we draw the water bottle or our weights back. Anything, almost anything, will roll on your thighs. As you bring it back, the fingertips are on the top of the bottle as the water bottle comes close to your hip. There you go. So we're giving ourselves a nice little relaxation for our hands before we move on. Good work. Good work. Okay, so I'm feeling pretty good. How about you? Okay, let's move on. What we're going to do is we are going to get up. That's really important. Remember, if you're strong for balance, you have to have strong legs, and so you have to be able to get up. So if you have arms on your chair, you may want to have your elbows back and your hands back, and you might want to push yourself up. And I'm going to show you just a couple of ways to get out of the chair. It's a lot easier, and I'll show you from the side. And this is like if you're at the front of your chair. So if you're at the front of the chair, it's a lot easier to get up. When you're sitting all the way back in your chair, it's really, really hard to get up. I mean, it's hard for me. So if you're sitting at the front of your chair, it's a lot easier. Your feet are directly under your knees, and then you bring your heels back ever so slightly. Your feet are hip-width apart. So I'll show you a little trick. A lot of people get up by going forward like this and pushing themselves up. Well, there's an easier way to do it, and that is if you lean back a little, that's going to give you a little power, and you're going to keep your chest lifted. You're going to drive those heels down into the floor, and you're going to come up. So you'll notice I do have my hands resting on my thighs just in case I need them. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, whoosh, up you go. Down you go, nice and slowly. Remember, we do not want to plop. So you can get up using your hands on your thighs, or you could use your hands leaning back and standing up, sitting down, leaning back, standing up, good, sitting down. One more time, this is using your hands. Hands come forward as you lean back, drive those heels down and up you go. That's great. Now if you say to yourself, I've done that a million times, I need something just a little more challenging. Okay, here we go. Hands across the chest. Now you're going to lean forward with the chin. I like to lean back a little bit just to give myself some oomph. And up we go. And all the way down. Push those hips back and drop the hips slowly. Lean forward with the chest. Drive the heels down. Come all the way up. And now you're saying to yourself, golly, can I add a little more? Sure you can. We're going to roll up on our toes. Make sure that if you haven't done this before, you have something sturdy around you, like a table or a chair or a counter, because you don't want to come up on your toes and do the weeble wobble and fall down. So make sure you have something nice and sturdy, like a counter in front of you or a table. So this is really good to do right at the kitchen table. So we're going to do the hard one. We're going to lean back a little bit, drive those heels down, squeeze the buttocks as you come up on the toes and down. Push the hips back, drop down. Nice strong thighs for balance. Drive those heels down, squeeze the buttocks coming up, nice and tall, up on the toes, down and down. And if you're saying to yourself, this is pretty boring, don't you worry, we can use the hands. Here we go. Come on up on the toes, come down, and shoot the hips back, keeping the knees right over the ankles. Up you go, way up on the toes, coming down and push the hips back. Wow, that was really great. You did a good job. Yay for you. So take a drink of water, and we're going to be going standing up now. So then we're really going to work a little bit on, and you want to have your water bottles right on the seat of your chair. So we're going to get up, however you found the most comfortable. So I'm going to show you things from the back of the chair. So you have your chair right here, and you're going to turn and face your chair. So one of the really big and wonderful things for balancing is to start nice and easy. Your feet are hip width apart, and your hands are on the top of the chair, just like this. You're nice and tall, you've got a sturdy chair. Now, if you're unbalanced at all or not feeling comfortable, make sure you have a nice cushy chair behind you and something sturdy on either side of you. So your feet are hip width apart, your fingertips are on the chair. You lift the fingertips up just a little bit, so if you get a little dizzy, you can put your hands right down on the chair. Shoulders up and back and down, beautiful tall posture. Let's lift those fingertips up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was great, you did a good job. So remember, your feet are hip width apart, your hands around the chair, you lift them up a little bit, and just try to balance. Okay, that was great. If you want a challenge, remember, make sure you're very safe. Something behind you in case you get a little dizzy and fall back. Fingertips on the chair, nice and tall. Lift the fingertips up a little bit. So again, if you're feeling uncomfortable, you can bring your hands right down on the chair. Hands up, close your eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes. Now as soon as I close my eyes, all my weight went onto one foot. So when we take that visual cueing away, sometimes it's pretty difficult. Now we're standing behind our chair. This time we're bringing our feet close together, papa toe to papa toe and ankle to ankle. So this is going to be a little more difficult. Remember, be safe. Hands on the chair, squeeze the buttocks nice and tall, hands up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hands down. You did that really, really well. If you want a challenge, if you don't, that's okay. If you want a challenge, lift your hands up a little bit, close your eyes, I just squint a little. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I open my eyes. Good. Now, we're going to have our feet hip width apart again, so there's space between our feet. But this time, we're going to bring one foot back and one foot front. Then we're going to shift the weight forward and back until we find a nice spot where we're comfortable right in the middle. So remember, our feet are hip width apart, 1 foot in front, 1 foot in back. Safely, we have our fingers on our chair. Nice tall posture, ear over shoulder, shoulder over hip. Fingertips up, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Now, fingertips up if you want that challenge. 5, close your eyes, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Let's switch feet. So we're going to bring our feet together, and now the other foot goes back. Rock forward onto the front foot, back onto the back foot, and then find where you feel the most comfortable, right in between. Ear over shoulder, shoulder over hip. Hold onto your chair, and lift the fingers up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down. Good job. Hands down. You've got this. Hands down. Okay, let's try it again if you want a challenge. Hands up, close your eyes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. How are you feeling? So it's just a little bit of balancing. Now, we're going to bring 1 foot behind. And with a slight bend in the knees, you're going to pick the foot up just a little bit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Good. That's excellent. Let's try the other foot. Bring it in, other toe back, and lift a little bit. So all your weight is on this one leg. Lift the hands, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you'll notice one side of your body may tend to be a little stronger than the other side of the body. So it's just a little bit of balancing. Now, we want strong legs. One of the best things in the world you can do for leg strength is a good old squat. So, from behind your chair, you're going to stand with your feet a little wider than hip width apart and your toes forward and ever so slightly out. I'll show you from the side. I'm holding onto the chair. My feet are wider than my hips and my toes are very slightly out and forward. I'm going to pretend I have a chair back there. I might even want a chair back there. And I'm going to bend my knees and shoot my hips back, keeping my chest lifted. So I can actually lift my toes at any time. All my weight is on my heels. Then I squeeze my buttocks to come up. Come down again. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Squeeze the buttocks, come up. Good job. Come on down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And squeeze and come up. Now if you want a challenge, we're going to put the hands right in front of the chest. Come down and squeeze the buttocks up. Push the buttocks back. Squeeze the buttocks coming up. Push the buttocks back. It looks like I'm praying. I am. I'm praying that I can really only count to 5, and that's number 4. And here's number 5. You're doing great, and release. So a lot of work happened right here. We want to stretch these out. So standing behind the chair, we bring one foot back. We bring the heel to the buttocks and down. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step down, other foot back, heel to buttocks. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step down. We're going to do that again because it gives these muscles on the front, your thigh, a good stretch, and the hamstring in the back some strengthening. Let's do it again. This time, we're going to release the opposite hand. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step down. Good work. If you want to go slower, go right ahead. If you want to do 1 or 2, that's good, but you're here and you're moving. Yay! Okay, let's try the other foot. Toe back, heel to buttocks. Soft base knee. So you have ear, shoulder, hip, knee, and ankle. 1, 2, 3. You'll notice my knee is back. 4 and 5. Good. Okay, you'll notice that I did not lift my opposite hand, but I saw that you did. Yay for you. Okay, let's even do a greater challenge if you choose. Feet are nice and flat, one toe back. Soft base knee, but it's nice and solid. Here we go, heel to buttocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great, that was terrific. Let's try the other side. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was excellent. That was just super duper. Okay, now we're going to work the legs on the side. I like to stand on the side of my chair, good sturdy chair. Look around you, make sure you're not going to whack into anything. I like to have one hand on my hip, chest nice and tall, soft knees, and one leg comes out. With the toe forward and the foot flexed, I'm pushing the outside of the ankle up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I'm going to cross it behind me, step down on it, and push my hips back in a flat back fold. So let's do it one more time. I'll show you from the side. The leg comes out, pushing with the outside of the ankle. The foot is flexed. 5, 4, 3, 2, good job, and 1. Sweep it behind you and push the hips back, flat back folds from the hinge on the hips. Bend the knees and slowly roll up. Good, let's try the other side. You're doing great so far. Just think, you'll only have an hour and a half left and we'll be done. Okay, hand on the hip, foot out, away we go. With a soft base knee. 1, 2, 3, there you go. 4, not too high. 5, sweep it behind you, push the hips back, flat back folds forward. That was excellent. We're going to do 5 more, but I'll show you from the side. Nice tall posture, hand on the hip. Foot comes out and lift by squeezing these outer thigh muscles. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sweep it behind you. Push the hips back. Feel how good that feels. And then slowly come back to center. That's excellent. You're doing really well. How are you feeling? Okay, I'm going to show you from the side. We have to get those ankles. Our feet are our base of support. So it's extremely important that our feet and our ankles are nice and strong and flexible. So we're standing nice and tall. We roll up on the toes and then come back down onto our heels. So it's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Our stretch is pulling the toes up, pushing the hips back, allowing the chest to float down. Toes down, bend the knees, roll up. Roll the thumbs back and open up the chest. That feels so good. And hands down. This time I'm taking one foot, wrapping it around the lower portion of the other leg. I'm coming up on just one toe. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Down I go, stepping down, sweeping the other foot around the lower leg of the standing or base foot, up on the toes, as high as you can go. 3, and 4, and 5. Good work. Step back, push the hips back, chest down. Wow, that feels just great. Okay, let's roll up and do one more on balance. Holding on to the side of the chair, we're going to allow one foot to come forward and back. Forward and back. So we go forward and back, 2 and back, 3, here's your challenge, 1 and whoop, 2, see I didn't do so well, and 3, good work. Let's try the other foot. The other foot goes forward and back, 2 and back, 3, here's your challenge, 4 and 3 and 2, and I did it. So that's just a little bit on balance, and you did just great. Remember, we're working on posture. So we're going to sit down, and we're going to sweep the hands behind us. Our buttocks are forward. We're going to roll the shoulders back. Gosh, that feels good. And we want to strengthen the upper back. So we're going to grab our water bottles that are right behind us or our weights. Our backs are nice and flat. We lean forward just a little bit. Our weights are by our calves, under our knees, and with the elbows scooching along the ribs, we bring the weights right up behind us. This is good for strengthening the upper back. And we go 1 and 2 and 3, good job. 4, now we're going to hold the elbows back and push out and in, good. 2 and in, 3 and in, 4, one more, and you're done. Great job. Roll those water bottles. Stretch out those fingers. What a good job you did. Sweeping the hands behind, let's grab one knee and roll back into our chair, circling the ankle. What a good job you did. Let's reverse the direction, please. Sliding the hands under the legs, push the leg up and down, 2 and down, and now you're done. Let it relax onto the base knee. Sit tall if that's comfortable, and lean forward with the extended chin and lifted chest. Great. Slowly come back to center. Pull the other knee in. Circle the ankle. There you go. And reverse. You're doing such a good job today. Extend and bend. 1 and 2 and 3. There you go. 4 and 5. Wow, you did it. Let's reach right up to the sky and take all that is good and bring it to our hearts. Shake out all your cares and worries. Take a great big breath in, pulling in all that's good to your heart, and know that all will be well. because our job is just to be kind, especially to your fitness trainers. Have a good day.